My name is Linda Tillis, and I didn't start writing until I was 65 years old. I've written 3 books so far. The first 2 are part of a family saga, and the younger brother's story is in the making right now. And the 3rd book was a time travel. I am working on 4 and 5. I've never considered myself a writer. I'm a storyteller. And I really didn't think about writing until after I had retired from 20 years of law enforcement doing crime scene investigation, which left me with a lot of issues to deal with. And my husband said, you probably need to write a book and get some of these things out of your system. And so that's what I did. Most folks would probably go crazy if they had to work in my writing space. I like to consider it creative clutter. I also do craft work in the same room. So along with notes about books are beading supplies, embroidery threads, all sorts of things. But I don't listen to music or anything like that when I write. I have to have complete quiet. So I guess the best place for me to write would be in a remote cabin in the middle of the woods somewhere, as long as they had Wi-Fi. When I was a teenager, I cut my romantic book teeth on Barbara Cartland because, you know, she did the really clean stuff, and as a young girl, that's what I read in those years. And then I segued from Barbara Cartland into Rosemary Rogers, who was a little more risque, nothing compared today, but a little more risque. But they had really good romantic plots, so they were my favorites. I think I enjoyed the school library so much because it was quiet. You had to be quiet, you couldn't be distracting, and I think that's probably why I have to have earplugs today when I write. I really need the quiet to concentrate. I'm afraid technology is going to take over our libraries. I know most folks over the age of 40 still like to have a paper book hold in their hand, you know, to read, but most folks younger than that are reading on devices and listening to audiobooks, and all that is wonderful, but I just hope they don't let it phase out the real library. I think when you write, you need to write for yourself. Don't write with money in mind, because that doesn't usually happen unless you're a Stephen King, but write what you like to read. And don't worry about getting it right the first time. Just get the words on the paper. You can worry about correcting everything later. But write what you really enjoy. And if you enjoy it, there'll be other people out there who will also.